Hey, everybody, here we are. All technical issues aside, we got everything up and running finally, so we are good to go. Excuse me.
Yay! My balls are ready. That wasn't as funny as it was supposed to be.
No, not anymore. It wasn't.
Oh, hold on. We gotta go. Like mute the shit and do the shits.
Hold on, I'm muting the shit right now. Whoop. All right, now I could give my full attention to my peeps, to my friends, to everybody that's here. Oh my God, we're doing a thing. The thing it is, we are doing it. He walked away again. All right, perfect.
What
So,
is happening? I had to go put the ice balls away in the freezer because I don't need all three of them. Hi, peoples. How's yous?
hello, everybody. I'm pulling at the hair on my face while I'm on camera. That's classy shit.
Yep, it's classy shit. I apologize for the technical difficulties. I am the reason we are late. I will take full responsibility. I'm so sorry.
No, you're not sorry. Don't
No,
fucking lie to anybody.
I'm fucking not sorry, and that is true.
Uh,
Sorry, buddy. You can yell at me later. I don't give two fucks right now.
I'm gonna. You were supposed to have all this shit set up and ready to go on time, but what happens? I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me exactly what happened.
We'll talk about that in post. There were some wire issues, there's some heating issues, and some cooling issues, and some get the fuck inside and handle the shit issues. Yeah. So. Hi, everybody's in the chats. I'm waving at the TV, so that's how we do here. I can't see anything because I don't have my glasses on. Because if I do, there's a glare, and you can't see me anyway. So that's how that goes.
Well, that's all right. You're ugly as fuck. Let's go ahead and put them glasses on.
I'm ugly as fuck, but I'm jacked as fuck compared to you.
Oh, son. Hold up these guns.
We're not.
Look at this. Look at this forearm. This forearm right here gets some serious work, man. I mean, at least
that's probably the strongest muscle on your body, and for good reason.
Other than my tongue.
Oh man, dude, it has been a while since we've done this shit. The last one we did was recorded. What the fuck did we talk about in the last one? Batman versus Superman?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I haven't seen Civil War, so we're not going to do anything about that. I'm hopefully going to see it next Friday if I can. Tonight, as the title you see below you, Comparisons Abound, we are Late Night Enforcers, as we'd love to do. We'd love to pick a topic. We'd love to scream at each other and get absolutely wasted while we do it. So before we get into what we're going to talk about and all this other shit, my name is Ryan, as you see down below. The tagline with the Twitters there, the Late Night Enforcers, that's our Twitter. My Twitter is SleekStealthy85. With me, as always, is this George Washington Jesus-looking motherfucker, Mr. Ian.
What the fuck is with the George Washington? Are we still on the fucking wooden teeth? Look, man. All right. I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. I'm not going to get too close to the camera and like smile and shit because my teeth are yellow so that it looks like wooden teeth. But these are all enamel. These are my goddess-given teeth, okay? That's what these are, okay? Can you hear that shit? That's what these are. Jesus-looking motherfucker, I'm fine with that. You go ahead and keep doing it. I got this one little hair that just keeps poking the inside of my mouth.
I'm gonna like superimpose a termite that comes out of your mouth on this video later.
If you can do that, I'm gonna make a demand for a unicorn to rise up out of my lap as we speaketh. Gauntlet has been laid.
Hey, so what are you drinking? You've been doing whiskey for a while. What are you on tonight?
So tonight, I thought I'd change things up and go back to my riggedy roots. I am drinking a Roaring Sons Iron Joe, which is a oak-aged Scotch ale with Avoca coffee. If I'm not mistaken, it's actually kind of based off of their Iron Thistle, hence the iron in the name. For those of you,
it sounds tasty.
It is. It's real fucking tasty. It's an 8%, comes in a 4-pack, cost me $15. So, that's good. Roaring Sons is actually out in Fort Worth. I have yet to tour their brewery, but that is the plan since shit I was going to say since I know someone that lives out there, but those things are kind of changing, but still going to try to get out there and toward the brew.
Nice, nice. So as far as what I've got, as everybody knows, we do, at least I'm continuing. This month I should be getting my May delivery this week. Next month is my final delivery from what the wife got me for Christmas, birthday, something. 6 months of whiskey deliveries. Currently, I'm going to hold it back here, and I'm going to read it. It's called a Tatouche. Put it up nice and close so people can seize it. It is a Tatouche bourbon. Just got that. This is the April delivery. I was not drinking last month, so I was unable to partake. But it's going down. It's going down tonight. My trainer's going to watch this. Apex is probably in the chat. He's going to kill me. I don't care. I don't care.
That's okay. When he shows up, I'll be sure to tell him all the mean shit you just said about him.
Outstanding. So for Tatouche bourbon, my glasses on because I'm old. Bottle, blah, 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 blah. It's a light, less sweet and drier than a traditional bourbon. Has hints of dried fruit and leather. Yes, leather in the best way. That is a quote, unquote. Noticeably charred flavor as well. Let's see. It is done out of Seattle. Interesting. And yeah, it was named after the famous Seattle's horse race. I was wondering where the fuck Tatouche came from as a name. But apparently there's a famous Seattle horse race called known as the Derby. Yeah, so it's Tatouche is the cocktail, whatever.
So here's what I was thinking of the name, man. I thought it was when you tattooed a woman's vagina that's a squirter.
You know what? That is a more valid explanation than what is on that paper. For anybody who is interested, plug all the time, anybody who is interested in getting monthly deliveries of indie foods, different alcohols, primarily liquors, and even liqueurs. They've got bourbons, whiskeys, scotches, vodkas, tequilas, all that fun stuff. They don't have craft beer.
Boo.
Yeah, so all you fucking beer snobs can go shove it.
Go fuck yourself.
They have real alcohol.
Fuck yourself.
So we are going to pop this cork.
So I have to agree with Hater as you're doing that. We're waiting for the day when you hold out a bottle and you drop it and it falls and just shatters all over the floor. Oh, how wonderful that will be. It will be the most glorious thing ever.
You will cry just as hard as I will.
Nope.
Yeah, you
will.
will.
Okay, I would cry. Tears of laughter and joy.
Yeah, because there's like 3 bottles here that you have to help me drink, so.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. I'd be a little saddened. Not a whole lot of saddened, though.
Yeah, I don't know. It smells really good. You can definitely smell the cherry in it. We'll see how it tastes. Let's get some of this in the little old glass here. Glug, 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 glug. We're going to put this on the ground and not on the weird makeshift table I have here that's not stable. For that exact reason, as we all talked about a second ago. Let's see here. Swish it around.
Shake your balls around, buddy.
Oh, Lordy, that is smooth.
Yeah?
That is good. Very good. You can definitely tell that they use fruit. And there's a little bit of that charred barrel type taste. Not peppery like everything else that I've had. Very smooth. It doesn't even really burn that much. It's a little bit light. So, yeah, this is going to get me nice and drunk tonight.
Oh, shit. Here we go. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? I forgot to show you guys while I was getting my while I was getting my beer and talking about it. Did you guys notice my sick ass fucking Deathstroke glass that I found at Madness Comics? Check that shit out. It's got.
I saw you Instagram that shit. That was cool.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I squeed real fucking loud in the middle of the store. There were children everywhere, and all of a sudden they just hear this grown ass adult. Wee! I can't do it. I'm just not as excited now. But so that's done.
Yay!
We
Hey,
did.
tonight, to get into before we get into what we're going to get into, we are going to be talking about, we're going to be comparing 4 games, 2 and 2, math, because people here can do math.
That's what they pay me for.
Yeah, right. I mean, you're still doing that kind of job. So we're going to be comparing Borderlands and Battleborn. We're also going to be comparing after that, because that's probably not going to take too long, because neither Ian or I have too much to say on both of those games. We are going to get into the Division and Destiny as a true comparison versus just talking about them one and the other. We've talked about both games quite a lot on this channel, and there's plenty of videos that I've done on Destiny. We've got plenty of Division videos, a couple of Borderlands videos, and we even have the beta up from Battleborn also on the channel. So if you want to see anything that we've played relating to these games, please feel free, run through the videos we've got, check them out. There's always fun live commentary that we have in there, and we're usually screaming at each other or wondering why the fuck the game does one thing when it shouldn't. But before we get into that, I did want to ask you, what else have you currently been playing that you've been enjoying?
So, and recently, as you can see from the videos that are somewhere in your boxes, however you're watching this, I've been playing Dead Space. I'm actually having a lot of fun with the game. It's not as scary as I thought it would be. It's more of like your space-time horror, jumpy, ooh! And, but, you know, being able to shoot shit after all the games that I've played that are spooky scary, that I can't shoot shit, this is fun. This is good. It's kind of one of those like, as the shit comes around the corner and I'm blasting its goddamn limbs off because motherfuck them. I want them dead. I want them murdered.
I remember watching when you started that thing off, and the freaking curb stomps is like you're all American History X all over that fucking shit.
Well, see, and it's the thing. It's like, it's kind of like in Resident Evil, or was it The Evil Within? I can't remember which one, where after you kill one of the zombies, the good idea is to stomp their heads or set them on fire, and then after that, you know, then they're actually dead. But if you don't do one of those two things, it'll get up and come after you. But other than that, that's really the only thing that I've been playing that I haven't already talked about on either this or something else that I do. What about you? Have you been playing anything other than any of the games that we're talking about tonight? Have you been playing anything other than those games?
Yes, actually. I started getting back into Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I've kind of, that game, that series of games, when I sit down to play it, I lose track of reality and time. I could sit there for days and play that game in series, even some of the ones that aren't so good, like 3 and Unity, just merely because I enjoy the style of play for that game. Also, I recently been getting into the DC Online game that you told me about.
Oh, yeah, the one that I told you to download and I haven't even touched myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been fucking around with that since I've been working from home lately. I can bring everything out into the garage and kind of have work sitting up in front of me. And then in off moments, you know, if I get 10, 15 minutes, I can have stuff sitting on pause or whatever. The DC Online I'll play in the afternoons because you can't pause that game. They'll kick you for inactivity. But, you know, the stuff that doesn't require a constant connection, I can leave up and pause as needed. Work, take care of that, come back.
hang on, I like this. Both Mike and Hater are both like, working.
Well, there might be some work people watching this, so yeah, definitely working.
Yeah, I remember when I came to visit you at work.
Hey, I had 2 laptops up. I was editing video and I was working at the same time. I was actually working while the video was rendering, so... but I mean, those are really the only 2 games that, other than what we are going to talk about tonight, that I have played recently. I still need to go back and finish Rogue. It's still sitting in the Xbox 360. I'm probably going to let you borrow the 360 to play through Deadpool before I do that, though.
Hell yes.
Just to be flat out honest. Um, Otherwise, I don't have anything too massive that I'm even looking forward to this year. Doom is out, and
Oh,
I'm six one half dozen of the other on it. I mean, I could buy it and have tons of fun with it. I could not buy it and whatever. I could. That is a game that I don't mind waiting to pick up
I
till I
really,
have some extra time.
really fucking want it, but it's one of these things where, due to certain changes in my living situation, I'm having to re-budget myself and make sure that I've got money for rent and other stuff. So it's one of these things where,
Having a house with which to sit in and play the game is important.
hang on a second, Hater. The reason why I would have to borrow his 360 is because mine is a component, his is HDMI, and the device that I have to help stream them only accepts HDMI. I still have my 360. It's right there. I'm not going to turn the camera. You wouldn't be able to see it anyway. But I'm just saying, I still got my 360. I got my Xbox Prime.
Guevara P, do you think Borderlands could make a comeback? You know what? That actually gives us a perfect segue point. Let's jump into the Borderlands Battleborn comparison and discussion. We ain't all fancy and shit. So I mean, we got the video up of Battleborn. We've got video up of us playing through Borderlands. Granted, I was new to the Borderlands scene. Had never played it before, hadn't played anything by Gearbox before. And I've been enjoying it thus far, what we've played.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy the writing in that game. I also, when you look at Battleborn, I enjoy the writing and the one-liners and everything that's kind of in the background of that game as well. It reminds me of some people I know. But what do you like about both those games currently?
So let me start with Borderlands, because that's one that I actually like. I played the first one, I played the second one, I played a shit ton of the DLC on them because of how much I liked it. I kind of sort of enjoy the first one more so than the second one when it comes to Borderlands, because it felt like in the first one you actually got more drops. Even though they were shitty fucking drops, you still had the opportunity for more drops. It felt like every time you killed someone, their weapon would drop. And it seemed like in Borderlands 2, either there were more melee-based weapons, or sometimes they just wouldn't drop a weapon at all. Like, they'd come running at you with some shitty fucking machine gun, and you wouldn't be able to, like, even be given the choice to pick it up and take it. One of the things I do like about Borderlands 2, I mean, the writing and the voice acting in that game were fucking superb. In the first one, there was more, it had more to do with, like, text boxes, to be honest with you. What the fuck are you getting excited about?
The fucking mouse is out. I got a mouse in my fucking garage, people. I swear to God, if it comes through here, I'm grabbing the shotgun out of this fucking thing and blowing it apart. Continue, sorry.
That's fine. Let's just hope you get an epic drop from it.
Definitely won't be a Destiny random number generator drop.
Woohoo! Cryptarch bullshit. So, the writing in both the Borderlands games was fantastic. I more enjoyed the second one for its voice acting, and that one really started to introduce more kind of like raid mechanics in the main. So Destiny in the regular game single player stuff that you could do. Like, there's a particular shield that this one character could possibly have a percentage of dropping, so you would go through and you would restart that mission or go back into that area over and over and over again until that guy dropped that one thing. Now, granted, I never ground any of this shit out. I mean, I think I tried to get a particular shotgun from the Warrior at the end of 2. Oh, spoiler alert. And that was the only thing I worked on there. As far as comparing it to Battleborn, it's so the only thing that we did in Battleborn was the single player stuff. We only did like one level of it, so this is not a very fair comparison. I do really like the art style. I really enjoy that kind of cartoony kind of art style to it. I only played as one character, which was Oscar Mike, I think, was the guy that I played as.
Yeah, we both picked the first person shooter guy.
Yeah. So it was fun. It was interesting to play a game where I didn't have to worry about ammunition. Other than that, the writing was very similar. Some of the timing on the dialogue in in the beta. Now, granted, timed demo. Some of the timing for the statements that were made in that didn't make any sense. Like we were playing one where there was this giant tree venom looking fucking bad guy that picked up our robot or some shit like that, and at some points these other little spider robots would come out and put shields on the thing, on the guy, and you had to run around and shoot the shield guys.
I'm just going to let you flounder for a minute.
Yeah, thank you. So, and at one point, the NPC that's kind of helping you by giving you suggestions as to what to do, what the hell was I saying? God damn, I lost my train of thought. The NPC that's kind of giving you a heads up of what to do, on like the third time that happened, he made it sound like it was the first time he had seen that shit. So it's kind of one of those things where it should have, I don't know, had it set up so that that one incident happened the first time, and then they did whatever consecutive conversation pieces they wanted to do for the rest of them.
We got a troll. Thanks, Justin. You're awesome. So as far as my experience with both, what I like about Borderlands, I mean, to me, it's just another shooter. The art style was the big difference for me, and the random one-liners and the writing I thought was really good. I think in Borderlands, the reload times are too slow. But again, we've probably played it for a total time of about 3 hours of streaming.
Yeah, you need to actually.
It's not like we've progressed in it for it to be for me to give a fair rating of the game.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed playing it thus far. I thought it's been fun. Comparing it to Battleborn, now I did a little bit more in Battleborn than you did, because I jumped on the day before and got into the PvP. When the PvP mission I played reminded me of Smite. It reminded me of another just big arena-style combat type thing, and that's not really my bag. So for the PvP aspect, without a crew, without a full team, it wouldn't be fun for anybody unless everybody actively participated with mics. Otherwise, why would you just go in there and run around and shoot shit by yourself?
Well, if you know what your character is supposed to be doing, because the one that we went into where we were playing the single player, we actually started it with a full squad, but by the end of it, it was just me and Ryan. We had a healer in there, but the healer was not healing at all. It was just running around and shooting people. That's all. Now, real quick, I do want to point out what Mike is throwing out there. Reloads are different from manufacturer to manufacturer when it comes to Borderlands, which is true. We just haven't got you further enough into the game to really see a lot of the unique reloads and the faster reload speeds. It's one of those things that comes up, especially with your badass tokens. Reload speed is one of the things that you up when you get to that point. I don't even know if you have any badass tokens.
It's the ones that I've gotten so far that's what I've actually been focusing on is reload speed. Because of my character type, sniping is kind of what I'm doing. So my sniper is fucking stupid slow. That's why I've just every time I can get an upgrade to bump that's immediately what I put it for. But as far as my biggest gripe with Battleborn from what I played. Now again, it's not fair. We've only done the beta time demo. We don't have the full release, which we actually had a link for the $40 copy that's on Amazon right now. And we'll probably put that in the chat here in a minute. But for Battleborn, I enjoyed it for the campaign feature. I thought what we played was fun as a group. We both sucked horribly at it, straight out. It was awful. We were just bad. But I think a lot of that is due to the fact that there was no mini tutorial session for the characters that you had. So going in fresh, choosing Wrath, I already knew what Wrath did because I'd watched some of his videos before and I knew his style of combat. And I actually got in on the technical test and played around with everything before. So I had kind of a bit of a leg up versus you who couldn't get into the technical test. You jumped in fresh, picking the first-person shooter guy. It made sense. You're just shoot, reload, shoot, reload, figure out the powers as you go along. A quick 2-minute tutorial on whatever character you picked would have been nice. Gameplay-wise, I feel like I feel like it would really only be fun with a crew. Playing it solo wouldn't really be my bag, but it's not a bad game. I think I had fun playing it because of the writing. It made me laugh while I was playing it because the snappy little one-liners, I thought they were hilarious.
Yeah, I'll agree. You're going to have to share that link. It's not letting me because it's a website and I'm not logged in as us when it comes to the YouTube.
Okay,
Um,
I'll do that.
One of the things that and I do this all the time, and Ryan can attest to it. I had myself muted so that I didn't actually accidentally detract from him while he was talking. But when he was talking about having a short, fuck my brain, God damn bless America. Having a short tutorial depending on when you pick a character or if it's the first time you picked a character, kind of like Evolve. When you first go into Evolve for the first time, it kind of forces you to at least watch a little video, or at least during the time beta they did. Don't flip me off. Don't be mad that you spent $90 on Evolve and I spent $9. It's okay. Calm down. Calm down. Take your medicine. So it was one of these things where it would have been nice to just basically get an idea of what each of the things are going to be that you're going to get. Like, I was using Oscar Mike's abilities the wrong way to begin with because I had no idea what the hell they were supposed to be. But eventually I got it figured out. As you do in a shooter, you just keep pushing the buttons until shit blows up and you're good. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean, as far as those two games are concerned, I mean, like I said when we started, this wasn't going to take long for these two things. I don't have a lot of experience with Gearbox games, but for these two, I would say, I mean, you can't really say one's better than the other. I can't anyway because I don't have much experience with them. I enjoy Battleborn. I will likely pick it up when I get the chance. Right now I can't even deal with this $40 copy. So, I mean, if Gearbox wants to throw us some copies and they want a really comprehensive review, we'll be happy to do that. Plug.
You listening, Randy Pitchford? Are you listening, Randy? Speaking of Randy Pitchford, I want this to end up in his inbox. You know who you are. Do this for me, Randy. I want to give you my copy of Duke Nukem. I don't want money back. I don't want you to sign it. I just want you to take it from me. I hate the fucking game. I'm sorry. I played as much of it as I could, but please, for the love of Oscar Mike, go ahead and take the goddamn thing back from me. I know where you work. God, that sounds like a stalker. I'm not a stalker.
I could probably figure out a way to get that thing back to Gearbox for you if you really want.
No. I want to give it to him. It's not about getting it to him, because if it's been all about just getting it to him, I know where their office is. Again, that sounds really stalkerish, because I sent them my resume when I was fresh out of college, because I was like, I don't know what the hell they do. I've seen their name on a couple of things, and I may not have no, did I finish? I can't remember if I fucking finished it or not. It's so fucking forgettable. I'm sorry. I mean, it really was. I'm going off on a tangent.
FBI in 3, 2, 1. Nice. So before we get into
get out of my house, you crazy bastards!
We should have planned that, and I should have paid somebody to like kick in your door. Before we get into the games that we know and love, and we get into our fight, because I'm going to tell everybody right now, this is going to be a fight. It's not going to be pretty, and I'm probably going to get mean. Yeah, it's going to happen. Is there anything that you wanted to? Do we have anything to give away? Do we have what?
Oh, well, shit. Yeah, we got a lot of fucking shit to give away. I don't know what you've got, but I've got Steam keys. Excuse me, for quite a few Star Wars games. Let's see. I've got Star Wars Rebellion, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, Dark Forces, Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2. I think that's it. Yeah. So I've got those to give away. I guess we need like a question. Damn, can my voice not sound like I'm in fucking puberty?
I'm at a loss.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Actually, yes, you're right, Mike. And again, I'm not trying to talk shit. I just want to give it back. That's, yeah. Van Hamish's Star Wars? I don't understand what you're saying there. So here's the question. Here's the one that I'm going to throw out there, and I'm not gonna say that there's nobody in the chat that can't answer this, because I'm fairly certain that this person may not have known this, or maybe they do know this. Gearbox did the port for a PC version of an Xbox game. It's one of the top Xbox games, the Xbox Prime. So if you, the first one to answer that, I will give you the choice of any of the games that I have available. If you don't want any of those games I read off, don't answer the question, okay? Let's just leave it there for someone who actually wants a fucking Star Wars game through Steam. But again, the question is the PC port of a Halo Prime, Xbox Prime launch game. Did I just, fucking I ruined it. God damn it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
You know what? Now I'm changing the question. Fuck it, I'm changing the question. Give me the name.
Somebody say Halo.
No. Nobody said Halo. Nobody said it yet. I see haha and haha. No Halo. So give me the name of the Gearbox game that that is currently on hiatus that ties in to one of their World War II shooters. There we go. There we go. There.
He's probably going to know that too.
Oh, he better. If he's not, he's going to have problems.
You're probably going to be fired.
It's public knowledge. I don't know anything that's not public knowledge, so let me just throw that out there. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bust out another beer. Nope, shut up. Now shut up. Why am I saying what? What? Why are you telling me to shut up, Sin?
I'm on glass number 2 of whiskey, so.
Are you really? Damn. Okay, I'm not catching up.
I've got to make up for lost time, man. I didn't drink on the last cast. It's been about 8 weeks since I've had any booze.
I'm not going to try to do this. I was trying to open it like this way because I got one of these fancy spinner ones that. No, I need the name of the game in that series that's currently on hiatus or currently not quite canceled.
Interesting. He's getting drunk. Yes, Emily Hawes. That is the plan. That is definitely the plan. So while we're waiting on answers, things we're going to get into, and most of everything I have to say is going to be a response to you on your opinion, because we're all waiting on pins and needles for your glorious opinion, oh Ian, of the Destiny Division comparison and contrast, and what do you hate about both of them, because we know you don't like either game.
Hell's Highway came out, I thought. Or was that one completely canceled? That's not the one that I'm talking about. The most recent one that was put on hiatus. Yeah, thank you, Mike. Okay, I thought Hell's Highway was out. So let me just kind of let's dive into this, and I'll keep an eye on chat, and I'll bring this to a screeching halt if I see the name pop up. My problem is with both these games, really, is that I like playing a magnitude of different games, like a lot of different games. Like currently, I'm trying to juggle Fallout 4. Destiny, Division, Tomb Raider, Dead Space, fucking just about anything else that's been given away on like games with gold. I haven't really had a chance to go back to, what was it, Van Helsing? That's a shit fucking game, but I keep going back to it every now and then to play a little bit of it, because it's one of those things where after I set it to easy, I could just sit back and fucking mindlessly play it. But it's not very good.
It's a poor man's Diablo 3.
Yeah, something along those lines. But the shit that starts to get to me is that a lot of talking specifically about Destiny, because we're going to get into the Division. We're also going to talk about an update that's coming to the Division that is impacting my thoughts towards that game right now. God damn, this one little hair just on the corner of my mouth is going to drive me nuts all night. Let's see. So, fuck my brain. Where did I go? Destiny. Okay, so the other night, me and Ryan jumped into Destiny, trying to get me caught up to the stuff that was in the free update in April. I think it took place. And when we got in there, we noticed that I still had Taken King shit that I didn't finish because there's just so much fucking fetch quest bullshit that you've got to do. You got to go here. You got to kill this guy. Okay, now go talk to this guy, and then they're going to tell you to go talk to this or go kill this guy. Then you got to go talk to this guy, take this one item from this guy, and over to this guy. Yes, it is MMO mechanics in a shooter. I fucking hate that because I want to shoot shit. The multiplayer in Destiny, that's another thing, is whenever you get like an exotic drop or an exotic quest, whatever the fuck they call it nowadays, you have to do certain parts of it in the single player and then certain parts of it in the multiplayer. I don't want to fucking go into the multiplayer. I don't like going into the multiplayer. It's fucking boring to me, especially when you gotta like just fucking punch people. It's stupid. I didn't actually see enough of the new missions from the April update to be able to like talk about specifically that update. I mean, it's still the exact same shit that it ever was, which was go here, kill that. Come talk to me. Now go there, kill that. Come talk to me. Now go there, kill 25 of that. Come talk to me. It is MMO in a shooter. The thing that's got going for it, it is a shooter, an actual shooter. Do you want me to go ahead and slide into the Division so that I get both my points out, or?
So I'll take part of the other side of the Destiny coin just because that's what I do. But there's a lot of that I'm at this point in the stage of Destiny, a lot of that you're right about, right? So Destiny's original thing was essentially taking MMO mechanics, putting them in a shooter to see how that kind of merge went. Now, they started off really bad. They've made a lot of good updates to fix. Everything they've done, though, is to fix the bad start. They didn't, and they're constantly behind the eight ball trying to play catch up. With regards to the April update that came out when the Division came out, things that they fixed, right, that should have been like this on day one. Infusion. Infusion is now fixed to where any current new piece of gear that you get from the free gear drops that come every week, if you have an old piece of gear that you don't wear anymore or use or anything like that, infuse it into the new piece and it instantly takes on that value, defense, whatever. So it instantly. So if you've got a 320 defense chest piece, you get a brand new chest piece that you think looks better, has a better roll, you want to keep it. It's like a 3 infused. You have a 320 new chest piece, and you're done. Not 319, 318, 317, because that was the big problem with the infusion is that you didn't know if you were going to get close to or the exact same. Most 90% of the time, you got underneath it. You would have to infuse 2 pieces of higher level gear to get at or above what the pieces you were destroying originally were. That just made the grind worse. I liked the infusion aspect because that allows you to upgrade your gear in a different fashion, allows you to keep a gear set that you like, and then you just beef up the stats constantly. I like that premise. I like that idea. Make the rolls work right. Their random number generator rolls for Destiny have been shit the entire game so far. Now, I haven't had a bad go of it. I've enjoyed the game. We've got an entire clan on there that had consistently played for a while and rated constantly all week, every week. Nobody really plays anymore, but now people are getting back into it. But the content they recently put out isn't enough to draw me back in to make it my primary game of play. It's fun to go in and mess around for a little while. I've still got one item I technically need to finish, but I'm fine, handling that later. It's not like it's going to kill me if I don't finish it. There's no known reward that I've got a really high chance of getting if I complete it that I really want.
Oh shit, I hit the wrong button. Hold on, I'm totally in the wrong screen. Where the hell am I?
I don't know. You're talking.
Yeah, I know, but okay, there we go. All right, I'm back. I was on the tiles. Fucking Windows 8.
Yeah.
Give me the.
So that's my counterpoint to Destiny is that I think it's come a long way from where it started. I think it is no longer a horrible game. I think if Destiny 2 wants to be a success, they need to take the fact that they've got great gunplay and really focus on that linear story content, because I think for end game fetch quests, that's fine. But the linear story quests, I think, need to be less complete this, now go talk to these 3 people, and then move on to the next story quest.
Right. And I agree. It's because it's still. Can you hear me? Because my screen is all frozen.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I mean, it's totally fucking frozen. Like, I've got you doing some weird kissy face. I'm doing ducky face down in the bottom, messing with my facial hair. Real fast. Let me go ahead and stop real fast. Real fast. Hater actually did win. The answer to the question was Brothers in Arms Furious 4. Why is this? There we go. Now shit's working. Thank you very much. Would you go away for a minute? Here, let's. There we go. Okay, now I've opened something else. Great. I'm good at computering. So, Hater, at some point, you need to tell me which one of these 5 games you want. And sweet baby Jesus, if you tell me you don't want any of them, I'm going to get angry for you answering. Star Wars Rebellion, which is kind of like, was it Orion? It's not really a real-time strategy game, but it is a strategery game. Knights of the Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic 2, Dark Forces, and Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight. These are Steam keys, so yeah, I know you've got Steam, so I'll keep my mouth shut there. All right, so where was we? Oh, we were talking about how Destiny sucks. That's right.
You're about to get into what you hate about the Division, so I can fucking scream at you.
So here we go. So the whole idea for this cast is we were actually going to play both of the updates that took place in April. There was one for the Division and there was one for Destiny. Now, let me state up front, I have not even finished the single player technique or the story bits of the Division, and it is because I kind of don't fucking care anymore. I actually think about playing Star Wars Battlefront more than I think about playing The Division, just because that's just something where you just play it. There is no fucking progression that I need to worry about. I don't need to sit there and worry about getting a gold gun over or purple gun over a blue gun or some other shit like that. Now, Borderlands is a different situation when it comes to that, because those drop at such a rate that it's interesting, it's fun. This, it's just, again, it boils down to the exact same thing. Go in, kill this guy, come back and talk to me. Go in, kill this guy, come back and talk to me. So it's the exact same thing. The major difference, though, between the two, and we've said this before, is that The Division is a role-playing game shooter where it doesn't matter if I have a badass fucking sniper rifle. If I'm level 25 and the little fucker pickpocketing a dead body down the street is level 25 and I line up a headshot, there is a fairly good probability that it will take 2 of those to kill the guy. But I digress. It's not Mass Effect. Some of the shit that really gets to me about the most recent update to the Division is the fact that they're trying so desperately, excuse me, to be like Destiny now. There was a level cap at 30 for the main game. Hang on one second. Had to clear my throat. So there was a level cap at 30, right? And then they were going to introduce this raid, or call it incursion, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I give them props for it being 4 people and you could still matchmake for it. That's cool. I like that. But when it comes to building up to it and getting through the door, you do actually. I'm going to let him get this off his chest. Fuck you, man. It's because he's being an idiot. Fuck you. They've introduced basically a light level to the Division where don't unmute yourself and start talking yet. I'm not done. They've introduced a light level to the Division where your gear level has to be a certain level for you to be able to get through the door. Now, granted, I understand they don't want people going in that are going to get their ass kicked, but this is video games. I grew up on the Atari 2600 and the NES. If you don't know how to play that game or you're not right for it, it's going to kick your ass. You need to learn it. You don't need to be told, don't go here, you're not high enough level. I mean, there's plenty of times that I've been playing with you in Apex where you guys are shepherding me through story missions so that I could level up. It's like all I'm looking at are name tags or, well, life bars with little skulls next to them. Gee, that's a big fucking indicator that I'm not supposed to fucking be there. So, I mean, just continue that fucking shit in the incursion. Don't barter people from, or bar people from getting in there, because what if there are 3 people that are really good at fucking doing it and they've got a low level person that they want to grind through it so that they could get the levels done? That would be fucking awesome. Give us that ability. But starting out not being Destiny and then going to Destiny with this is bullshit. It's utter fucking bullshit. I mean, if you really want to gauge it off, do what they did in Diablo. Give us keys. Make it so that within the like environment that you could go to, you have to collect a set of like 4 items that create 1 key, and everybody in the party has to have all 4 of those items to have that 1 key to be able to go into the fucking thing. Although that's very fantasy oriented, not like reality based as the Division is. So that's part of my big piss off with that. That, and both these games are one of these things where you need to spend like 2 hours a night on each of them to even be at the point where you could jump in on any of the new content right away and enjoy it. Yeah, that's it so far. Once Ryan starts running his little shit ass mouth, I'm sure I'm going to get angry at something he says, and then I'm going to want to say something. So I'll interrupt him because, you know, that's what I do. Even though he sat there quietly with his hands over his mouth, staring at the ceiling so he doesn't have to look at the most proper and correct person talking about
Oh my God, I'm going to kill you.
Fucking games that he spent.
Fucking kill you. I swear all it's holy. All right. So you actually went a different route than I thought you were going to go, because you and I talked about this shit already a little bit, and I thought you were going to go a completely separate route. And I guess we'll probably get into that point after my little rebuttal here, because I become under the impression that you just don't like to play cooperative RPG MMO games, but you love the shit out of some fucking Diablo 3 third-person high-action run around, do the same shit, and shoot stuff. That's all you're doing is shooting shit with lasers in Diablo 3. You're not doing anything extra fucking special.
Drinking. I'm drinking. I'm drinking when I'm doing.
No, shut your fucking mouth for a goddamn second. Shut the fuck up. Because you said, I have to buy this game. I have nothing else to play. And now you don't even fucking play it. You didn't fucking play it and play through it when we were all playing through it, which was the original intent, so that you didn't have to get shepherded through shit. Now you have to, because you fucking stopped playing. For whatever fucking reason, you stopped playing. We're not going to get into anything else, but I agree that there are points that are stupid, i.e. the fucking gear level shit. That's the dumbest fucking shit I've ever seen, because it's exactly like Destiny. It's Destiny Light, in fact, is what I'm going to go ahead and call that. The fucking fact that Ubisoft and the entire fucking hold on.
Oh, here we go. Take another swig. Also, don't forget about the towers.
Interesting. I honestly was so glad that you don't have to climb to the top of the saved house to unlock it and see the city. I really thought we were going to have to do that. But don't fucking derail me here, okay? So this is... The fucking fact that they didn't even come up with different colors is stupid. The fact that they were white, green, blue, purple, yellow. Really? 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 And why? Why? You couldn't just do fucking different colors? There's so many other colors on the color spectrum. Pick something different. I understand that you're stealing a lot of the player base from Destiny, so you think, okay, well, let's make it easy for them so they don't have to think too hard and say, okay, we already know the weapon progression versus looking at the words on the screen. We can just tell by color. It makes it easy for me, but I don't want it to be Destiny with different controls and different gunplay variables, you know? I don't mind the fact, now that I've played it enough, I don't mind the fact that it's RPG style gunplay, where it takes usually close to half or a full mag to drop somebody. I don't have any issues with it anymore because I'm at where I'm at in the game. And by no means am I sitting here at a 206 gear level or light level, as Ian's going to probably bump in and say. So yeah, it's like, you know what? Shut up. I don't mind that, because I think it's more of a fact that I've been desensitized and I've gotten used to it. I have fun with the game because, to me, I enjoy co-op shooter games. I'm not even a big third-person shooter guy. That's not my bag, but I enjoy this one. I think that if you are not willing, and you knew this fucking going in, you knew it going in, that it was going to be a game that was similar to being an RPG shooter, that it was going to be as similar to Destiny with things that were supposed to be better. We haven't even touched on the fucking Dark Zone piece, which I know you're going to go off on here in a second, and I'll let you do it. But overall, I think it's leaps and bounds ahead of where Destiny is now, but I think they copied too much from it to get it there, right? I think they copied too much of the base framework.
Agreed. They did. They saw what was wrong with Destiny, and they decided to act on it. But then again, now they've turned around and taken other things that are wrong with Destiny and put it in their game. So I would like two different games that fall into the same MMO shooter type of aspect. I would like them to be vastly different. Not just one is in space and you're a guardian and you have a specific class. The other one is on Earth and you're a human and you can just change your shit whenever. Now that's cool. The fact that you could just change up your abilities, you're not stuck being a wizard, a tank, and an elf. You know, the fact that you're not stuck with those three classes.
You can change it mid-mission to suit your mission needs.
Yeah, and if somebody joins your fire team or your squad or whatever the hell you want to call it that has the same abilities but they have a higher skill level or perks tied to it, that's another fucking thing. Diablo 2 was out before, well, it serves me right. Diablo 2 is copying. Yeah, okay. I can't remember if Diablo had color coding, though, on theirs.
Apparently, according to Hater earlier in the chat, he says Diablo is white, blue, yellow, green, gold. I don't give a fuck what Diablo's at. I don't give a shit. It has nothing to do with this conversation. Sorry, Hater.
Oh, Daddy's pissed. I don't see why Daddy's so pissed.
I'm pissed that you're being a fucking douchebag about this game. You wanted to finish the fucking story and you haven't even done it. You haven't even done it.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing: is I bought Fallout 4. I really like playing Fallout 4. I'd really like to spend more time playing Fallout 4. I'd really like to stop talking about these fucking shooter MMOs. But it is kind of one of these things where it's like I want to see what happens with that Ghost Recon game that's coming out, but I'm fairly certain it's going to be the exact same fucking thing as The Division. Just a different location, just a different timestamp, but it'll be the same fucking thing. Here's another world, shoot these people, come back to me, here's a little experience. By the way, they respawned. Can you go back and kill them again? Because they have this thing that I didn't tell you to get last time. Even though it's the exact same motherfuckers and they're going to say the exact same motherfucking thing to you. If I'm going to do that, why not just do what I did back in the day, grab a crew, load up Halo, put that shit on Legendary, and run through this shit.
Which we still haven't done.
No, we haven't. We need to set that up because we've got plenty of people that are willing to jump into that crew to get that done.
Yep.
But it's more one of those things where it's like, that I can do. That's one of those things where it's like, okay, I understand that all I'm doing is playing the same game over and over again. But when you put out an update that's supposed to give new content to your players, and all it is going through the same mission backwards, that's not new fucking content. That's fucking Mario Kart on the mirror level.
I would be interested to see what the developer in our chat has to say about that type of mindset, because he and I talked about it with the fact that you're saving money by using the same level and just going backwards, and then just adding different writing into it. So as far as to compare the two games, let's sit here and do that for a second, right?
Oh.
Destiny, okay? Lack of story. All the lore is online on their website. The lore on their website for their story is very deep, but you have to go outside of the game to get it.
Yeah.
Okay? Anything in game is minimal story, run, hack, shoot, buy, run, hack, shoot, guy blows up, buy, run, hack, shoot, blah. It's the same shit for fucking 18 million levels, right? There is no change. Division. Go here, shoot these guys through here, shoot more guys, kill a boss, go back to the base. You have enough materials, you upgrade a wing of the base. Okay? So that's one difference. You're upgrading something in the base. You don't upgrade shit in the tower. Story-wise, their story is in-game in the form of the echoes and the extra shit. Now, truth be told, you don't really start to figure out a whole lot of the story until you start getting to the other side of the dark zone, the other side of the island, because it starts getting dark as fuck. Like you are just at the point where it starts to get dark as fuck. And then there's not a whole lot of cutscenes, which I think they need more of, but it all comes in the forms of echoes, intel, other things that you have to hunt down. A lot of that happens mid-mission. The important ones happen mid-mission where you get those. Others you figure out as you're running through the streets. As you finish side missions, they pop up. As you finish bounties, one unlocks other areas. Okay, great. Let's see. Customization factors. You can't customize your guns. You can customize your armor with some shaders. Yeah, that's about it. You get some shaders.
Hang on one second, man.
And you get the fancy sparrow racing. You get a vehicle that you can ride around on that looks like an Ewok drove it.
Hold on. I gotta stop you. Comparisons. When you were talking about the base, how you're building up the bases. So think about it like this. Think about it when you go into your character screen and you're upgrading the class. That's all you're doing is you're just opening up the perks. So they give it this aspect of you're rebuilding this base that's supposed to help all these fucking people, but all it does is unlock the perks that you could use with your abilities. That's just like leveling up your class in Destiny, where you get so far, it's like, ooh, look, now you can double jump in the air, or now your ultra says combo afterwards, some stupid shit like that. So those are still the same; they're just in different wrappers.
So I'll agree with that, right? So you have your subclasses, and you have the fact that each wing unlocks not only abilities, it also unlocks perks. The differentiator here, yeah, that's right, big word, look it up, is that the perks stay active at all times. They don't deactivate based on your abilities and your powers, right? So right. In Destiny, you have to customize each subclass for what you're doing. You frequently have to go in. I have a subclass specifically set up for PvP, which is my solo one. Consistently doubles my reload speed on headshots and doubles my stability on headshots, as well as I have guns that I go into PvP for the specific setup. It's there. I don't fuck with it. It stays there. If I mess with anything, it's an in-game quick need that I need to switch, right? For the Division, the only thing that I change, and I don't even personally change that often because I like the setup that I have, is I might change my abilities. I don't like that they call them abilities. They could figure out a new word to use. But
yeah, what would you call it? I mean, it is ability.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's an ability, but I don't know. That feels like too extra sci-fi when it doesn't need to be, when this is trying to be real world. But that aside, I think if you take the fact that I could switch from my med bag to a sticky bomb and none of my perks change, I don't have to go fuck with anything. I don't have to tweak anything. I don't have to do nothing. The only thing that adds any bonuses would be gear mods or things of that nature. So that's the only thing you have to think about. But if you are overly hardcore set up for one specific gear layout, then you're setting yourself up for failure in this game.
Wait, which one are we talking about? Destiny or Division?
Division. In Destiny, it's hard to truly set yourself up for failure as long as your light level is high enough.
Exactly. Which,
and to be honest, the gear level in the Division doesn't have that overwhelming of an impact. It does based on scaling. If you come into a party with somebody who is of less level than you, that is a comparison that Destiny does not do. I could join you if you were, say, level 15 in Destiny. I was level 40 with a light level of 335. I was maxed out completely. I could join you. We could go run your shit, however it is, not changing the difficulty at all. manually, and nothing scales differently. In fact, it blows you through the story faster because I'm so OP and you just pick up all the loot skis.
Yeah.
What,
So
what,
there.
what little loot skis there are.
That's yeah, what little loot skis there are. Now that's the other thing that I like about the Division is that it actually drops shit on a regular occurrence. The oh good, Mike's back. Because he said some shit that I want to cover here in a second. The Division actually drops shit on a regular basis. Now, one of the things that I really hate about the Destiny compared to the Division is appearance. Is when it comes to your character in the Division, you actually have a appearance menu, basically, for lack of a better term, where you can pick your hat, your jacket, your pants, your fucking shoes, your scarf. This shit has no impact on any of your abilities. It doesn't give you any armor because you pick armor to put on. You pick like holsters that change stats, knee pads. I don't fucking know why, but knee pads that change your dick sucking ability, I'm assuming. And you've got, gloves. For the fuck's sake, I don't know why the hell a glove would upgrade your hand job abilities. It boggles the mind, but it does. And then, but in Destiny, I have a bitchin' helmet that basically makes my rockets home in on the target that I was looking at when I fired it. But I look like a goddamn 1970s spaceman. It is the most disgusting looking fucking thing on my character.
And it doesn't change shader colors either like a lot of the other ones do. You look like a fucking moon man from the MTV Video Awards.
And all of my shaders that I use are usually black, gray, or red, something along those lines. And it's fucking white. Like fucking white with a gold ass face. So when I go into multiplayer, there is your target snipers. Shoot this fucking gold dot.
No, I completely understand. There are plenty of masks and shit that I have in Destiny that don't change colors, and there are some that do. I think that you should be able to change individual colors and individual pieces of gear in Destiny. I think if you're going to take it as far as they have in the MMO space, then that's what you do. Right? You start saying, I can, and I think they tried to do that with the chroma shaders, okay? So with a lot of the new gear, you have a chroma effect that glows. So you can have glowing gear. You can set it to maybe your face has a little yellow one, your arms are red, your chest is blue, your legs are white. I haven't seen any other colors other than that. For now, I don't think there are any because the base color for a lot of that stuff is black anyway.
So let me interject before we get off of those. They're preset. I can't get like a whole black set and do just red outline on the lights. It's all preset to that piece of armor. This one will be blue. This one will be yellow. So at the end of it, you look like a fucking rave kid from the late 90s, early 2000s.
My hater.
Oh shit, is he going to bed?
Yeah, he's out.
All right. Have a good night, man.
No, I completely understand where you're coming from because I had almost a full set of the same gear type, different chroma pieces. So therein lies the Destiny grind aspect, right? That everybody knows and hates and loves. The only other way to combat that is to log in every Tuesday and get the little box that they give you for free and see what you get. And if you care enough to do that, then you may as well play the game. But I agree they should be able to be customizable where you pick, it should just be a chroma shader. You pick the chroma piece, you put the chroma piece there. That's it. It shouldn't be red, yellow, whatever, blah. Because that's dumb. To confine your player in that fashion is not necessary.
Agreed. I mean, look at what because Mike just brought this up. Look at what Diablo 3 did. They give you the transmogrify thing that you can do where you go pay like some gold and you can actually change the look of the armor.
That is the only thing I like about Diablo 3 other than playing it with you guys. It is the only thing that I like because I've made my fucking hunter dude look badass with that feature.
Jesus, now Cynthia's going to bed. All right, good night, Cynthia. Shit, what the fuck? Do I smell?
It's 10:30. A lot of them haven't stayed up real late lately. Neither have we, to be honest.
Oh.
So, real quick, before we start constantly agreeing with each other, because that's all we're doing at this point, what is the update to the Division that had you in such a fucking uproar Yes, sir.
So there's an update that's coming out that's basically going to have me done with the game. When it first came out and you were introduced to the Dark Zone, and feel free to jump in at any time with this, Ryan. Basically, what the Dark Zone is that's the Division's answer to PvP. There is no deathmatch. There is no capture the flag. There is no territories or control point or whatever the fuck you want to call it. There's go in here. We've got some NPCs running around, some pseudo missions that are in here as well. But also, while you're at it, anybody that comes across you can gun you down at any point and take your shit. And you could do the same. It was like, oh, well, that's all well and good. And when the timed beta or timed demo was out, everybody was doing that shit. And Mike, you're way younger than me. Don't say you're super old.
He's not way younger than you.
Well, he's younger than me. Probably seen less shit than me. Seen some shit. What was I saying? Fuck, you derailed me. Mike, I blame you for this one. So during the timed demo, a lot of people were just doing that. They were just in the Dark Zone, shooting the shit out of everybody. And fine, okay, that's well and good. Let's just create a game that basically creates a scenario where the community can divulge and kill its fucking self when it wants to. Lots of fun. Lots of great fucking fun. I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy that at all. I would much rather have an objective other than don't fucking die so that you can keep your gear. That to me, that creates other tension that I don't want to fucking deal with. I don't play Dark Souls for the same purpose as if I fucking die, I'm going to lose all my experience points and have to go back and get them. The last thing I want to do is go through and do exactly what happened to you. Open up a fucking chest in the Dark Zone, get all this gear out of it, all fucking good gear, but you have to take it to an extraction point and get it out before it's technically your gear. So you get to the extraction point and you fire off your little fucking flare, but before you have a chance to put it on the rope, somebody guns you down and takes all that shit that you used a key, something that you earned in-game. Mike, let's refer to it as like the golden keys from Borderlands. You use this, you get that shit, but you have to get it out. You didn't get it out. You couldn't get it out because you got gunned down by a bunch of fucking assholes. Granted, this shit doesn't happen that much in the Dark Zone now. The community has basically been like, all right, well, it was fun at first. Now it's fucking stupid. So we're not really going to do it all that much. Or at least that's what I've been seeing, is that you're not getting gunned down as much. Or at least that's what I've been hearing as well, too. So here comes Ubi or Monolith or Massive, the guys that are doing this one. They come out with this new update where they're like, all right, so the community went ahead and they took the higher road on it, and not a lot of people are gunning each other down, doing the Mexican standoff when the rope comes down. We're going to go ahead and put it in an update where anybody can walk up to the rope after anybody's put their fucking bag on it and cut the shit loose. Meaning I have to sit there not only what the fuck? Not only sit there and watch for NPCs that are going to come around the area where the extraction point takes place, I have to watch every motherfucker that goes up to that rope thinking we're all kind of okay with each other. Nobody shot anybody yet. Watching for the one little fucking shitbag that has this one game that mom bought him and he's 13 years old. Really shouldn't be playing the motherfucker. The one that screams about raping your mom when you kill him. And he just steals my fucking, I don't know, purple fucking gun grip with my red spot scope shit. And all of a sudden he runs off with it. You know what? Fuck you. I put a lot of work into that shit. Now you've cut that rope and taken everybody's shit. We got to all gun you down. I got to pick up the shit, but I'm not going to get my shit back from you. I'm going to get like a random jumble of everybody else's shit, or someone that's going to pick it up gets all the shit. It's fucking stupid. Do not create a reason for your community to start fucking cutting each other's throats again. It's fucking retarded. Sorry, I hate using that word, but god damn.
Are you done? Are you done?
Hold on. I'm trying to think.
Are you done?
Just give me
you
a
done,
second.
right?
Give me
done,
a
right? Are you done? Are you done?
Just shut the fuck up. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out if I'm done or not. Ah, that's so fucking weird.
I'm getting individual Facebook messages that you are so angry. Okay. So while you're sitting here in a stew, figuring out what you want to potentially add to your little rant, I'm going to need me one of this real quick.
You know what? I've got 2 games sitting next to me that at some point I'm going to bring up and just throw in front of the camera that are way more fucking fun than these 2, and I probably put more time into. Just throwing that out there. We're gonna just
I want you to understand something real quick. So I'm gonna try to see if I can track and touch on points as you brought them up. Originally, knowing we were gonna get into this, I was gonna be all super like rah and like fire back at you. But to be honest, the whiskey's kind of mellowed me out a little bit. This isn't the angry whiskey. That's inside for another night because it's campfire burn your fucking face off whiskey. So let's see here. So with the Dark Zone, it's predicated on essentially, and you can go ahead and correct me if you think I'm wrong here, a free-for-all style with NPCs, with gear drops.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's essentially what the Dark Zone is. You run around. There are landmarks that you can conquer and control, right? And you control them for all of like 3 minutes before they reset. With named enemies in there, dropping exotic drops. I say exotic because that's a Destiny term, but they're really high-end drops. Whatever the fuck.
They're fucking gold.
They're gold. They're fucking gold, right? High-end drops, top of the line. You, depending on what Dark Zone tier you're in or level, you're going to get gear that is accommodating to you. If you go deeper into the Dark Zone because you've got some people who are a little bit, more OP than you are, or you are rolling as a crew, even as the same similar gear level, you'll get much better drops, just by nature of taking down more difficult enemies. The frequency with which you run across individuals that will just gun you down, and I'm going to just go ahead and agree with you on this one point. The idea of the Dark Zone is predicated on internet trolls, right? So an internet troll does what? What fucking Justin Quinones did in here earlier, being a fucking douchebag, flaming for no reason, just being dumb. That is essentially the spirit behind the Dark Zone, with plus sign team effort, right? The goal is to have you do it with a crew so that doesn't happen to you. Now, you can do it solo, as I have done successfully, consistently. I have only had a crew of people twice, and both times, half of the crew have been people I'd met in the Dark Zone, because that one thing that the Destiny beta had that we wish they kept was the come up close, have radio communication, talk to somebody. The Division kept, right? Yeah. So you run around the Dark Zone, you're blasting people, you grab gear, you've got all your slots filled. It's time to get the fuck out of here, right? You run to the extraction zone, you pulse it real quick, and this is why nobody else I play with uses a pulse. I do, for that exact reason. I can tell who's there. I can even tell when it's another playable character sitting there hanging out. I clear everything out. All right, there's no NPCs around the extraction zone. Call it up, and I hang out. Every time that pulse recycles, I fire it off to see who comes up. Dude comes up close. First thing I say, yo, bro, be cool. Be cool. We good. You hang out there. I hang out here. Let's get our shit and let's go. We can group up if you want. And that is how you stop the whole, I don't want to get gunned down, blah, blah, blah bullshit that you're sitting here fucking screaming about, right? Now, granted, there have been times where I have, sat there 30, 40 minutes, takes me that long to get good enough gear that I want to get out, because I'm getting picky and choosy with my gear now. I don't just grab everything just to grab it and extract it and fill up my stash back at the base so I can go dismantle it all. Why? I can get picky and choosy, go for the gear that I want to get. I have some keys saved up. I use the keys into the chest. I get the good shit out. There have been times where I've come up across 2 dudes who have space in their shit. They wipe me out. It happens. It's a part of the Dark Zone. You know that going in. Does it suck? Do I rage out? Yes. What rages me out more is not even the playable character piece. Okay? It's when the giant group of overpowered NPCs came in that I believe we have on the channel, where I sat there and basically had to run from two dudes with magic fire for 40 minutes, and I de-leveled trying to get there. So that's, if there were anything about the Dark Zone that I hated, it's the de-leveling factor. And I hated it when Halo brought it in, but I understand it. It means get good, scrub, essentially. Don't suck. Try harder to suck less.
Yeah.
Is there anything going on in the chat?
No.
Okay. So to discuss the point of having people take your gear from the rope, they haven't put it in yet. If they have, I haven't seen it. And that's because I played last night and two dudes showed up. I fired off an extraction helicopter thing. We all loaded our gear up. I ran off. Now, I hung around because I heard a dude who had killed me earlier coming up some stairs, and I wanted to see what happened. So I hid behind a corner, and I watched him show up and then just drop a sticky bomb and blow up in front of everybody. He went rogue. It turned into a fucking war zone. So I chased his ass down, and then I got killed by a dude running in behind me because I was now rogue for shooting at that dude. And he just saw the rogue icon and killed me. I can't be mad at him because I would have done the same thing. That's why I typically steer clear of other people. But if you have a mic, you have to play it with a mic even if you're running solo for that reason. Do I think that's kind of annoying? Sometimes. Do I think that you have a right to sit there and say that it's stupid without having experienced it? Fuck no. You don't get to say a goddamn word about it because you haven't sat there and played through it. And you can't do that until you get to 30. So, and this is what I'll propose to you, okay? Because you're going to have your opinion whether I'd say you can have it or not, because you're allowed to have your opinion. It's free country, kind of. You should finish the game story, right? Just get that out of the way. Be done with that. Let us get you to 30. Let's get you into the Dark Zone. Let's let you experience it, right? Then go into it solo one night. Just one night. Go into it solo, stream it. Fucking stream it. Play through it. See what happens. Do you get a bunch of gear in and out? Do you get demolished the whole time? Do you rage out? Then I will accept your opinion and your review of the Dark Zone, having fully experienced everything it has to offer, to include supply drops. And that shit is both challenging and rewarding at the same time.
Okay, so that update is May 24th is when that's going to take place.
So next week. All right. I'll tell you what, I will go into the Dark Zone that night and fucking stream it. I might even do it with Apex.
Oh, good. Yeah. There you go. Have some of that. Wow, my fucking booze or my beer is kicking in. I kind of don't care right now.
You know what's funny? I am not even buzzed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm on glass fucking 4. Hold on. Let me get another one in real quick.
While that's happening, let me go back up here because Mike had some shit that he said that I thought was really interesting and I wanted to go ahead and kind of touch on. Okay, so he said something along the lines when I was talking about how Destiny and the Division, how they're like, this is new content, when really all you're doing is going back through the same map, sometimes backwards, sideways. You're going through 2 different maps at one time or something along those lines. So he said, if you want to create full set of new content, it takes a lot of time and money. If you want quick return, reusing levels can make it so that you get new story quicker. Now, I'll agree with you. It gives you new scenarios. There is no new story. There is no story in Destiny. It quite literally boils down to, these guys bad. Please go shoot them. Did you shoot them? Thanks a bunch. Appreciate you. Here's another mission to go shoot. These guys, they have 4 arms. That means they're twice as bad. Go shoot them. That's a good time. And then come back and see me, and then I'm going to send you to go fight the big fat fuckers over on the Red Planet. Again, you're just routing through the same shit over and over again. Yes, you are using assets over again, and it does give people new things to do. It is not story, though. Let's see here.
So I'm going to ask you a question on off that line of reasoning here, okay? And this is just a pure question. Because I have my own opinion of the way Destiny did it, and it probably mirrors yours. If Halo came out with an update for additional story content, went backwards through a level, but the actual story, right, like the narrative itself progressed and made sense, what would you say?
I would at least give it a spin.
Okay, you would give it a spin, but would you say, in contradiction to what you just said, right, where it's something to do, which just go shoot these other more important guys, is that not the same thing? Or is that here's additional narrative, here's actual content, right? So it's something that captivates you, it grabs you, it tells you part of more of a story to continue what happened, or it's a side shoot that would have happened in the normal linear story. It's kind of a side, it's a side story that said, okay, this is like a conversation, and they went off and did this little quick mission.
So now, here's the thing, though, that you're not putting into contest with this conversation, is if you play it through Halo, you can play it through with the story, past, in chronological order, and it makes sense where it is. Destiny really has no fucking story except for these guys are bad, shoot them. So anything that they do, even putting that in Halo, if they were to give you that level, yes, I would go back and I would play through it on easy just to see what happened. Yes, then I would try to get a crew together and run through it on legendary just to get the achievement. That's it. I don't have to keep running it over and over and over again to get the rocket launcher or the saw or this different fucking helmet. I don't need to redo it again and again and again.
So I'll actually agree with you there. And my case in point for that is Assassin's Creed, right? So the Assassin's Creed 2 series, which was 2 Brotherhood and Revelations, they would consistently come out with post-launch additional content, right? And I don't remember if you had to, a lot of it you didn't even have to pay for. It was just a new mission would unlock and be available that would take you through an area that you'd gone through before, but it was narrative content, right? It was additional story content that when looked at through the timeline of the game could have fit within the timeline of the game. Sometimes it's even post-end game based on how they tell the story. When, in terms of Destiny, when Taken King came out and we were so not even when Taken King came out, all right? When Dark Below came out and everybody said, well, this shit was already there. Yes, it was already there. Yes, it was already there. But it's the same levels. You're doing it in a different order. House of Wolves came out. Same shit.
See, now, House of Wolves was worse than Dark Below. Dark Below actually had some other areas that you went into. House of Wolves only had like a handful. All you were doing was fighting all the fucking other dudes in the areas that you had already been to numerous times. Unless I'm crazy.
No, so I definitely think that Destiny went the wrong way with that. But there are other games that have done better with that, right? So you can't say that as a principle is bad. I think from a business perspective, it's good when looking at a project, saving money, getting additional content out there faster. I'll agree with Mike on that. Personally, and I told him this when Taken King came out, fucking spend the money. When you have a game like Destiny that is having problems, spend the fucking money, right? Develop new levels, entire new levels, not just like 3, which is what Taken King only has like 3 total new levels that are worth it.
Well, but see, they have a whole new environment, though. When it came to the expansions for the year 1, which was the Dark Below and the House of Wolves, that's where you had like kind of sort of a new area, but it was basically the same assets in a different shaped room.
Yeah. We could continue on the Destiny topic all night. What I'm interested to see is how the division progresses over the next year, right? Is it going to drop off and stop? I haven't even focused on the daily, weekly type missions, right? To where it's a consistent, you complete these daily tasks constantly, but then here's your weekly stuff, right? You have to blah, 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 blah. And then you get this. I haven't focused on that. I haven't finished Falcon Lost. I haven't finished Incursion, mostly because they're really geared toward having a crew to do it. And while I didn't do it at the pace of everybody else, I've still been working my way through it slowly. So now I've got to get some people back into the game just to play it with me. Ideally, we have a crew. We just have to get you and Isaiah up to speed. We can all run it.
That's the other thing, is didn't we have a lot of people that we used to play Destiny with pick up the division and then bail before they even reach the end of the vanilla game stuff?
No, they actually finished everything all the way through and messed around in the Dark Zone, but all they did was the division with themselves, not grabbing you or me, other than Dre. Dre would try to grab us. And to be honest, I think a lot of people in the group, in the clan, got the division because of Dre, because he was such a big proponent of it. Mm-hmm. Now he's all big time in
NFL. Yeah.
And he don't have time for little old late night enforcers group. You hear that, Dre? You hear that? That's right. Fucking remember where you came from, bruh. Remember where you came from.
Buy me Doom. What? Give me your number. Fistin' bitches.
Double fisting bitches. That is going on a jersey that we are sending to you.
Oh, yes. Yes. That is happening. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. We are getting in a jersey with your number on it that just says double fistin'. Oh my God, this is going to be the most glorious day of my life. It is happening. It is going down. You are going to get a Late Night Enforcers jersey with the Bengals colors, but it's going to have, we got to come up with like an emblem so that we can put it across the chest.
You know what? It's not even just going to be for Dre. We're going to do it, and we're going to figure out how to put it in a merch store for all you lovely subscribers and viewers out there, because everybody needs a double fistin' bitches jersey.
Oh my God, I think I would actually spend my own money on that. Well, I'm going to have to, because I have to kind of back it with some capital. But yes, I would definitely love a double fisting bitches shirt. Of course, then again, we're going to have to change it up a little bit because I'm a dad. I know a lot of people that are parents too, and the last thing I want to do is accidentally wear my bitches shirt around them. I've got plenty of shirts.
Well, it's out there. And this is something for the developer in here too, because I'm gonna put this out there to both Gearbox and to Ubisoft. I don't know, and it's possible. It could be this way. Mike, in the chat, answer, are there clans in Battleborn? 3, 2. Okay. Why are there no clans in the division, right? If you've got an entire PvP setup that is meant to onslaught and fucking kill each other, why can't you roll around as a clan with clan tags?
So, see, here's the thing that I could see in that. Not at the moment. Here's the thing that I could see with that is that if I was by myself and I happen to see one person on one street that had the clan tag, DFB, and then all of a sudden I happen to notice a couple of guys behind me that have the same clan tag, currently in discussion. First thing I'm going to do is run the fuck away, because if you've got people with a clan tag coming up, you're not even going to attempt to try to do anything around them, because there's that mental thought process that, oh, these guys are going to fuck me. They're going to double fist me the first second they get. That's what they're going to do. They're going to just waylay into my fucking pussy, my ass. You know what? Shut up, Ian. But it's one of these things where it's meant, again, it's meant to give like a false sense of security inside the dark zone. Hey, there's another guy. Oh, he's cool. He's all right. Oh, shit, he cut my shit off the rope. Oh, fuck, he's running away with the gear that I spent 2 hours trying to get. Fucking gun him down. And then all of a sudden it's his buddies gunning you down.
Well, so make your own clan and don't let that happen to you. I mean, you can't sit here and be the victim gamer in every fucking situation, right?
Yes, I can.
No, you can't, because that means
yes, I can.
No, because that means you're a bitch that deserves to be double fisted. Breathe into your inhaler. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
Cook your ass.
That's my so I think no comment on Ian's current rant. But I personally think that that's the one thing that the division is missing is clan tags, right? I do think that could be something that they're trying to set themselves apart with, to where, okay, we are going to not have clans and group up with your friends or don't group up with your friends. Do whatever you want to do. I don't care. I'm going to eat something. Bye. I don't know. But
What the fuck was that?
I don't fucking know what it was. But at the same time, why not have the option, right? And give yourself the ability to have clans if you want one. If you don't want one, don't make one. Don't join one. Be you. Roll around. Shoot people.
A lot, over and over again. And don't forget to go to that toolbox and get them tools, because you're going to need them. Especially that one that's right outside the fucking...
That was actually the crafting assignment yesterday for the daily, is to pick up 5 sets of tools.
I'm fucking done with it, dude. I'm so...
I mean, I picked one up in the base, and I walked outside. I hit the tool. I had 5. Done.
Well, I mean, that's fucking fine. Okay, but here's the thing that it comes down to. Here's what really gets up my craw. Is I'm an adult with disposable income. I buy a few different games a year, probably about 5 or 6 games a year. I understand that there is a set audience that can only procure 1 to 2 games a year, mainly children. And I'm not saying that to make fun of anybody in the group or anybody that's watching that only actually buys 1 game a year. If you like your Call of Duty, buy your fucking Call of Duty. But I'm a man of many tastes. I like lots of different things. I need to have variety when it comes to my video games. I mean, other than the fucking horror fucking bullshit. Speaking of which, there's another horror game out that I need to buy that I'm gonna play at some point. I'll be getting off topic. Excuse me. But it's I understand that they want to keep creating content for us to keep coming back to it, but when that content is the same shit that we've been doing, I get bored with it. I like the concept of both of the games. I really do. I think I'm going back into another tangent here. I like the concept of both of the games, but the time that's needed to be able to get to the point to where you're able to play everything that's available in the game, that's too much time. Now, granted, this would be the case where it would be... I'll tell you in a second, Mike. This would be the case where you could easily introduce a microtransaction type of scenario, where you could say, oh, well, you don't want to spend the time going through these levels, grinding this shit out. Well, go ahead and just here, spend $10, and here's, some experience points, or here's loot that will go ahead and get you up to that light level. Here's the amount of items that you need that'll get things done. Granted, okay, fine, that would be one way to help me get to where I need to be able to play all the content in the game I spent $60 for, but I spent $60 for this game. I'm an adult, I have a job, and I don't want to play the same game every night. Granted, I keep talking about playing Fallout 4, which will take forever to fucking play anyways, but it's different because it's my own story. It's hard to really describe the difference between Fallout 4 and The Division. Anybody that's watching this could completely understand if you've played like Fallout, at least Fallout 3 and New Vegas and possibly 4. There are so many differences that you interact with that you can make a change. Like I could accidentally headshot someone from across, like from 10 yards away, and all of a sudden that guy had 10 quests that I could have done. Well, those quests are fucking gone. In The Division, you can't fucking do that. You just have the linear set that they have given you, and you have to slowly get all the items. God damn it, he went away, and I'm trying to like puff out time, and I'm running out of shit to talk about. They give you just the mundane bullshit that you got to go through day in and day out just to be able to get the experience, to be able to level up, to get your gear higher level, to get the items that you need to be able to craft higher gear. And I'm not even going to go into the glitch that there was a backpack glitch where if you crafted that particular backpack, it locked you out of the game. But that's glitches. Everybody gets glitches. Glitches get stitches, that kind of shit. So, but it's fucking irritating that nowadays even shooters want to do MMOs. Granted, back in the day when PlanetSide came out, I thought it was interesting to have an MMO style shooter, but that one didn't have the aspect where, okay, so we're gonna have you do a bunch of fucking shitty little fetch quests. It's fucking. It was just shoot each other. You had like you joined a fucking faction, and then you were part of that faction. You had to fight the other faction for it. That 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 is a shooter MMO. Give us one. You know what? This here. Take this, developers. Mike, are you listening? Take this shit. Create one of these stupid ass shooter MMO console games where you have 3 or 4 different factions that at the beginning of the game you go through a slight single player campaign where it kind of gives you the breakdown of each of them so that you can pick which faction you actually want to be a part of, and then you go into the game and the whole concept of it is just fighting other people from other factions in death matches or territories or capture the flags or whatever, that kind of bullshit, so that you can do that. That's kind of like it's kind of like this, kind of like Titanfall. Kind of do that kind of shit. Kind of do it where every time you go into a game, you're on a particular side. Yes, now I'm sounding like I'm talking about Call of Duty, but you pick the side. You have an impact on it, and then there's other things that you get as a progression for your faction based on how many people are doing so good in your particular faction.
So like a Mass Effect, Titanfall type situation.
Yeah. I mean, you missed the beginning of it where I was talking about PlanetSide being the first MMO shooter. But again, that was one where it's like you picked, like, these are the people I'm going to shoot for. Or there was a first-person, I think it was a first-person shooter that was tied to Eve, which Eve is a massive online Excel spreadsheet game. There was a first-person shooter that was tied in with that to where you could pick a particular faction and fight for that faction. Your impact in that first-person shooter impacted the economy inside of Eve. That's fucking interesting. That game failed miserably, but it gives you more to strive for than I got to get my gear up to this particular level so that I can see the in-game content that I paid $60 for.
You feel better?
Mike likes my idea.
No, I think
Dust, that was it. Dust was that first-person shooter on the PlayStation 4, 3? PlayStation 3 that tied into Eve. Thank you, Mike.
I think the idea is good. I would definitely enjoy it. I mean, I don't. Hold on.
Yep.
I was hearing an echo for a second. So I buy games that I think I'll enjoy, right? Because good trailers, moderate reviews, whatever, right? I buy games that visually I think I'm going to enjoy. I find a reason to enjoy the game more often than not. And I say that because there are very few games that I've hated. And I don't even say that I hate Evolve as much as I used to, having played it with you and Cynthia.
Right.
Because it is a team game, right? It is a crew-based game.
Yep.
I enjoy cooperative, community, social games. Whether they be MMOs, whether they be MMO shooter, whether they be adventure, it doesn't matter. I enjoy that aspect. And I think the reason for that was Halo 3.
So, I'm not going to argue with you on that aspect. When it comes to actually playing The Division and Destiny with other people, I enjoy it because I enjoy interacting with people over a headset that's not a fucking car dealership yelling at me because they couldn't get the right fucking fee down or the APR that they wanted. Some fucking bullshit like that. I'm able to actually like talk to people about bullshit in general and just fucking have a good time doing that. I like doing that. I like that. That's fun. When your game wants you to be there every day, when your game is your needy girlfriend, the one that must know every little fucking thing that you're doing, must be by your side every night, no matter what you're doing. You can hang out with your friends, that's fine, but they gotta come over here. You gotta be in this house. They can bring beer to you. That kind of shit. That's what it That's what it makes me think of. Now, if I could just pop in, I don't know, Halo 3 after a while and play that game with somebody and everything's still the same, I'm, just as good as it as the other guys because everything's kind of level, even keel, and I'm having a good time. That's fine. But when it comes to having to spend, holy shit, my throat is dry, so much time just to get to that point where I can sit there and play with people on a regular basis that have had, and I don't mean this in a negative fashion, but have not bought as many games as I have recently, so therefore their time has not been split between all these games. Holy fuck, if you're going to go pee again, I'm going to start plugging. Okay, sorry for the snort, my allergies are getting crazy. But, damn, fuck, I derailed. God damn it. All right, where was I? Mike, you said something. I play games for story most of the time. Starting games has become a daunting task. If I play a game most of the time, it's for the single player. And I have to agree with that, Mike, because it's one of those things where it's like it's at my pace. I don't have to catch up with anybody. I don't have to feel like I need to wait for other people to get through stuff, or need higher level people to come with me. I really enjoy single player games. I don't like when they have shoehorned multiplayer stuff in it because that's just garbage. But there are aspects where I like multiplayer games, like I got the Garden Warfare and the Titanfall. I really fucking like Titanfall. But again, it's just a PvP type of thing. There is a progression scale where you level up and get different guns based on your level, or you have access to certain guns in your inventory. But they don't really change as far as like damage output. It just changes by, this is how many bullets go out and shit along those lines. But I have to agree. Single player stuff is more interesting because not only do they focus more on the story, you don't possibly have some fucking idiot talking about his protein shake while there's the one little fucking story aspect going on that you've been playing 45
This
minutes
motherfucker.
to get to. Tell me I'm wrong. How many times have I walked up on an Echo and all of a sudden I'm listening to fucking spray paint can bullshit right in my fucking ears? And I have to quickly adjust on my little microphone. I gotta change this. Gotta be able to hear what the fuck's going on.
Well, so remember, you mute yourself at random for no reason. I never mute myself.
Okay, so here's the thing: is I mute myself because currently my allergy's been off the chart, and I really don't want to bore you with a bunch of. Just throwing that out there, or my coughing. Or, when I scratch my balls, I have to put my hand in my pants. And every time my pants open up, there's a plethora of angels singing because my genitals are slightly emerged into this world.
Sorry. No, so to look at the chat, I can agree with you, Mike. Originally, that was my intent. Whenever I play video games, I play it for the story. The story is what grabs me. It's what keeps me playing. I do think that the replayability aspect has become, like Ian said, the needy girlfriend. I think developers need to stop focusing on replayability and focus on, let's make it worth the time, right? If you want me to sit here and constantly play your game, make it worth my fucking time. With that aspect, I actually we need to wrap it up. I've got some kiddo issues I got to go deal with. Okay. So to do some quick plugs, if you've paid attention to the channel, you've paid attention to us, you know that I'm also big into fitness. Head on over to facebook.com/fitnessapex. Check us out. If you're looking to get a little bit of a fitness change, shoot us a message. I run that social media as well. We also have a YouTube channel. All the links will be in description down below. I do want to do a quick shout out to Jerry Shepard, who as of today reached one goal of losing 20 pounds so far this year. Dude, that's fucking awesome. Keep it up. Fucking keep up the hard work. If you want anything from us, you know where to go. I know he's a part of your Super Barley Brothers cast that you do. And I think that's fucking great, especially considering the back issues that he's had recently. I stream as well. I don't stream as many horror games as Ian does, but I'm also working on a couple of things myself. Really paying attention to Assassin's Creed. Once I get through that, I'll work back through Outlast and finish up some of the side stuff for Slender. And then eventually maybe you can watch Ian and I pee ourselves by watching the Slender movie. That's going to happen. That's
Well, that's going to happen, but I highly doubt we're going to piss ourselves. It's probably going to look like a giant fucking puppet. Real quick, the question that I didn't answer in the chat, I'm going to go ahead and get this done and out of the way. There's a new horror game that's out on the Xbox One called The Park. The basic premise of it is that a mother loses her child in an abandoned theme park. So that's going to be lots of fun because you have to go through the theme park and basically it guides you through each of the rides or something along the lines where you have to ride all the rides. So I'm going to get that as soon as I'm done with Dead Space. We'll go ahead and run through that. I do have a few backlog horror games that I'd like to get through, like Murder, Soul Suspect, and the Metro series. Metro technically not really horror, but it kind of fits into that aspect. I wrapped up The Walking Dead Michonne episode 3, which was the last episode. So you'll see that video come up on the channel as soon as the Dead Space stops. Because currently I had like 12 videos that were loading up. So from when it started, there was 12 days that it was going to be full. I think I'm on day 8 so far. So in a couple of days we should see that Michonne load up. I actually have to edit that and get that out there. But other than that, like Ryan said, I am part of the Super Barley Brothers. Link will probably not be in the description. I don't know. Just check us out. It's 4 dads that talk about video games and beer. That's about it. You talked about your Apex. That's about all I got. We appreciate you guys coming out.
Please put down in the comments below what you want us to talk about next time. We like to come up with one thing, have a format, figure it out, and let's talk about that one thing for a stupid amount of time and get absolutely wasted and scream at each other. So we're trying to figure out what we want to talk about next.
No. Next time.
What?
Sorry, man. I don't mean to interrupt you. Next time, we're going to do a live one later on in this month or really, really early June. It was a special request by one of our friends of the group because he's going to have PTO and he wants to be able to interact with us, the entire cast. So I think what we're going to strive to do, and I'm sorry if I'm like telling you what we're going to do, is we're going to do like basically an E3 predictions or E3 hopes, dreams, and wants type of thing. We're going to just throw out what we'd like to see. We're going to get drunk and we're going to gush about the shit that we want to see from this coming year of video games. And we'll talk about that in great detail. We'll definitely throw those links out and share that information when the time comes up. But if you have ideas, as he said, go ahead and throw them down in the comments below because we're always open to new ideas because we got to get this shit done. Now, I got to get this motherfucker out of here because he's got to go take care of his kid. So, Ryan, do you have anything else?
Nope, I'm good. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. We'll check you later.
All right. Have a good night, guys.